Hi, so we are going to do a Titanic mimicry showing airtight compartments and basically about how the Titanic could have actually stayed afloat. So our group consists of me, Marguerite, Fiona,
Jackson, and Raymond.
And so we hope you enjoy the video. So here are the here's the boat that Raymond and our group used for the ship, for the Titanic ship. And this has airtight compartments in here so that if water were to get in, it would still be able to stay afloat. And then here, Raymond stuck this airtight compartment in, which basically completely blocks water from going in using basically a second cap, since this cap has to be off. So this is the one with airtight compartments, and this is the final ship. And this was basically what we started out with, and everything that this was what we started out with. This was like sort of the shell of what we were doing, and this stayed afloat for a lot less time than it did with the airtight compartments. So you can see that the shell, or the first part of the ship, didn't work as well as the airtight compartments. So the airtight compartments did make a large difference.
So this boat, we had the baseline without any of the airtight compartments, and this went down like right away with the same amount of weight that we normally put in here. And then the first time that we did this one, we didn't equally distribute the weight, and we had a lot of weight on this side, so it just tipped down and it filled up quickly, and that took about 57 and a half seconds. But now it took about 5 minutes, like over 5 minutes to sink, since we had the weight equally distributed.
So we got these weights here, and they're 1,050 grams, and we are going to put them equally distributed into here and see how long it takes, and then we're going to put it in to here to see how long it takes, and we are going to be comparing those. Okay, so we just got to distribute this. Okay, that should be about good. Okay, we're going to place it in the water now. Do you have this? Okay, so it pretty much sank instantly. It kind of the weights kind of drifted off to the back. Yeah, so it's basically sunk then.
Yeah, it's touching the ground, right?
Yeah, it's touching the bottom.
Okay.
So, move these out of here. Now, you're going to move these weights into here. Okay, so yeah, we're just equally distributing these right here, and that should be about good. And we're just going to place it in the water, see how long it takes.
So this is the airtight compartments, right?
Yeah. So last time we tested it, we got 5 minutes. It floated for over 5 minutes, really. We stopped it once it got to 5 minutes.
And this isn't touching the bottom, right? Not yet.
No, it's not touching the
So
bottom.
as you can see, this is taking a lot longer than the other one.
Because the
Because the
Yeah, 'cause the
compartments
airtight
are blocking
compartments.
the water from coming in.
and the air.
And the little air thing.
So today we talked about so we put the same weight of grams into both of these boats. This empty one that had no protection against the water, and this one that had lots of protection against the water. And if you look at this boat, you can see that there is water in there, but and there was water too when we were doing that, but it didn't sink the boat because there wasn't enough water. But our plans our data was it sank pretty quickly. This one did. All the times that we tested it. So this one was not very good at staying afloat. But well, as you can see, we basically found out that if the Titanic faced a head-on collision, it would have stayed out. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so
Hello, so we were going to talk about what could have happened if the Titanic was designed a specific way that we were just discussing, and we will repeat what we were talking about for your benefit. Yeah.
okay, so we were thinking that they needed a better, Raymond, but also I think,
The whole group.
mostly. We were all talking about ways to contain the water better, because they just
So
had
we were
them.
thinking that they needed stronger metal for the containers, and they needed a better sealer.
And
They had
they had too many of them, so the water came into too many of the compartments, which made the ship sink. So if they didn't have as many, but maybe that they were bigger, it would have stayed afloat.
It wasn't that. It was that the volume was greater than the water they were in. That made them sink. So, well, really, if they, kind of what you said. Well, no, they just had to find a better way to contain the water because they had too many, and so
Like too many
When
little
the-
bullet size.
when the water
or
came
the,
when the water came in, if they had when the water came in, it sank because it weighed more than the water did. Because if something is more dense than something else, then it sinks. If it's less dense, it floats.
and so
A ship is supposed to be
yeah.
less dense than the water, but in this case, it was not because there was
Because-
too many chambers.
That got filled with water. So if there weren't as
And-
many, it would have stayed.
But also, if it was better suited for taking, or not better suited, but if it could take more weight, then it originally it might have been able to stay afloat.
Also, if they could have found a much better way to contain the water rather than just having so many just spread out along.
Okay, so you're saying, since the gash in the side of the Titanic was very, very long, with many little different things, it filled many compartments, making it more dense than the water, causing it to sink. Is that what we all said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, but because they didn't have it on the side, they had it in the front. Because they were it was supposed to be for a head-on contact, if the water came in the front to contain that water, but it wasn't, so it can contain the water that comes in from the side of the boat.
Yeah.
They needed to find a way to contain it so the water does not come into the side of the boat. That is how the water got in, and it made the boat more dense than the water, which sunk the boat. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, and we hope that you learned something new from this video. Bye.